Hello my lovely people and welcome to a new reading vlog. Today it is Monday. I'm actually starting on a Monday for once. Never happens, but we're gonna have a full week of a reading vlog. Reading vlog. So I am currently halfway through part 2 of Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings. So I'm on page 236, chapter 54, called Gibletish. Unique. And it is a 524 page book, so not almost, about another 50 pages and I'll be about halfway through. And I'm currently actually listening to audiobook, so I have transitioned over to the audiobook. My last reading vlog I finished part 1 in this, and it's been 2 weeks since then and I've only read half of this so far. Most of that's been in the last 2 days, so definitely failed on the reading front for the last 2 weeks, but you know, we're going to get back into it this month. So what are my thoughts on this so far? I don't know. I'm intrigued. I like the direction that Dalinar's story is going, because he's now hopefully bringing in Yasna, and we're getting more to do with, the other woman's name, what's her name? His brother's wife, because they have a strange relationship dynamic going on, and she's, I think, becoming more of a bigger part. I've only had 2 chapters of his in this part so far, so you know, we haven't got a lot to go on. Kaladin's storyline is my favourite storyline in these stories so far. I think his kind of character development and his kind of turmoil that he goes through with his depression and stuff is really well done, and you know, I'm rooting for him more, and I think he's got the most going on in his storyline so far, whereas the other ones are just a little bit slow. And you know, I like a little bit of a faster paced fantasy than this so far, but I'm still thoroughly enjoying it. I have switched over to the audiobook just to kind of keep the pace up a little bit, because I did find myself wandering in mind, not focusing on the book as much. The audiobook I think is good. The male voice who does the male part, so Kaladin and Dalinar, I think is great. I think he's really good. He sounds like he would be the voice of an epic fantasy, if that makes sense. The woman's voice who does Shallan, I'm not a big fan of. I'm very particular about my voices, which is really weird because I think my voice is horrible, so I don't know why you listen to me. But everyone says that about their own voice, don't they? But this woman's voice, I don't really like. She's not how I imagined the characters being at all, so it's a little bit off-putting. But I also don't really like Shallan's storyline as much either. I find it a little bit boring. It did spice up at the end though, of that last chapter, or that last part, the last few chapters, so I'm actually intrigued to see how it's going to go in part 5. So yes, yeah, there we go. So plans for the week is to obviously finish this in the next few days and then start Poppy War by R.F. Kang, and this is meant to be spectacular and amazing, so I will let you know how that goes when I start it. So yes, I shall catch you up when I've read a little bit more of this. I started on Monday and we're going to have a full week of a reading vlog, but it turns out I didn't even vlog until Friday. It is now Friday, mainly because every time I read and then went to vlog, I couldn't because I had to go to work, so that was unfortunate. But I did in fact finish The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson part 2. So I finished the first book in the Stormlight Archive and it was so good. So the ending of this, like the last half of this book, was just phenomenal. Brandon Sanderson knows how to keep you on the edge. It was just like, I was reading it and then I had to get ready for work, so I decided to put the audiobook on and I read it or listened to it whilst I got ready for work, whilst I walked to work, and then I walked all the way home from work because it was just too tense. I just couldn't put it down, and those 5 hours at work were very difficult to get through when I knew that I needed to be reading Brandon Sanderson at that moment. If you've read this book, and it's the section where the person that it all goes down, you know what I mean, on the plane, it all goes down, and all the characters then come together. Well, not all of them, but most of the characters come together, and it was just so good, and it was very dramatic, and I loved it dearly, and I gave it 5 stars purely because the last half of it was absolutely phenomenal. So this averages out at a 4.5 star rating, the whole book, because I have given the first book a 4 star just because it's a little bit slow, and then I'm giving this one a 5 star, so it's 4.5 stars this whole book, which is great. So after finishing that, I really wanted to read the Words of Radiance, so I have started this. I read the prologue, so like, yeah, 20 pages, so I'm not that far into it, and I've kind of, I don't know, I feel like I've curbed the craving for it. I am going to stop maybe and do what I said at the beginning of the week that I was going to do, and actually pick up The Poppy War today instead, because I feel like I do need a break. I feel like my momentum for reading that book is going to slow down a lot, and then I won't read much. So I'm going to give this a go instead, I think, and start it, and hopefully tomorrow or later today, depending on how much I get read, I'll have you an update on actually what this is about and give you a little bit more information than what I have done in previous videos and clips. So let's get reading. Hello and welcome to not the end of the reading vlog, even though it is Sunday. I have decided, because I haven't done much reading this week, and looking at next week, I don't think I'm going to get much done then anyway, because I'm now working Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and then Harry goes home on Thursday, so we're doing like a mini Christmas day on Wednesday, and my friend also goes home the next Sunday, so we're doing something again on the Friday night. I don't even know when we did, Thursday night I think. So I don't think I'm going to get much reading done next week, so I've decided to make this a 2-week reading vlog, so you guys get a little bit more content, a bit more buck for your bang when you watch this video. I have started The Poppy War, and I am 160 pages through, and it is 527 or so. Yes, 527 pages. So I don't know, I can't do math, but I think that's like, I don't know, a quarter of the way through. Looks roughly like a third. So I feel like we're still kind of in the grounding building works of this, even though we're like 160 pages in. I still feel like I don't know what the main big goal of our character is going to be, because obviously it's not going to be what it is. So far we follow this girl called Rin, and she comes from the southern area of but she comes from the southern part of this map area, which is kind of where the poorer farmer folk live, and she's adopted, and she decides that she doesn't, well, her adopted parents are opium drug black market people, and they're very cruel to her, and they want to marry her to this really old man that kind of will do them a favour and become better for their black market opium business. And she doesn't want to do that, so she decides to study really hard for this exam that lets you into these like special prestigious like university schools, and the one that she has to go for is the one that has free kind of entry, and that is the hardest one to get into, but it's a military school. But she studies really hard and goes for that, and then the rest of it is following her first year, where she has to complete these trials and stuff like that to continue to the rest of the school. And that's the kind of bit that I'm at the moment. But again, I don't really know what her goal is to be. Obviously at the moment it's just kind of survival, and to get to the next stage of the school, and then get to the next kind of become a military person. But obviously I think there's going to be something a lot more around that. So I'm curious to continue. I don't think I'm loving it as much as kind of I was expecting to. I think that maybe will come near the end. I'm not sure. But 160 pages in, I'm not struggling to get through it. Like, I can concentrate on it quite well. And Nikan, that's what the place is called, Nikan. So yeah, so she goes to this military school, and she kind of like deals with all this prejudice because she's dark-skinned and the rest they're all light-skinned, and being dark-skinned from the south makes you a peasant, and they all kind of look down on them because they're all sons and daughters of these wealthy warlords and all that kind of thing. And she has to deal with all this like negativity thrown at her and kind of unjust prejudice put on her, and like even the teachers are quite horrible to her. And yeah, so that's the plot. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. I feel like I'm not very with it today. So I'm going to continue with that and I'll let you know how it goes. I have work tonight and I have work tomorrow and the next day, which is fun. So hopefully I'll get some reading done and I will be able to update you a bit more regularly than I have done this week, but we'll have to see. Good morning everyone, it is currently Friday morning. I'm literally just woken up, so sorry if I'm not quite all with it. I just got woken up by the postman and he just delivered some books. They're not probably the most exciting books for some people, but they are for me. They're for my uni course next year. So I thought I'd open them for you and we'll have a little look, and then I can talk about my plan for the next 3 days, because my plan is to get some serious reading done and finish The Poppy War, which I've basically not read since I last spoke to you either. So let's do that. Angle seems very weird, but we're gonna go with it. So I don't know where these are bought from, because my uni set up a new site where it just says uni reading list and it just has the reading list, and then you just buy them for like over lockdown. Because we used to have Blackwell's, the shop, come to our uni and they'd set up a little stall and you just say, oh, I'm on the Victorian module, and then they would give you, or they'd just go and pick up all the books from the Victorian module and give them to you. But obviously lockdown, they're trying not to do that. Well, not lockdown, COVID, we're not in lockdown yet, again. What is it? What is this? Oh, he's not sure. So I have 3 books here because I already owned actually quite a few of the other books on the course, but the only one that I bought for, I'm doing 2 courses, one is one is Homer, and then the other one is Euripides. So I think it's comparing ancient Greek plays to modern plays, or modern reinterpretations of those plays, or writings of those plays. So the first 2 that I have is Euripides, and this one has quite a few plays. This has the Alexis, Medea, the Children of Heracles, and Hippolytus. I can never say her name. It's quite small, it's much smaller than the other one. I already have another one from, I'll get the other books in the module. I have Sophocles, which is the first kind of book. This is like Euripides 1, Sophocles 2, from these editions, which are the Chicago editions, translated by Richard Lattimore. So we've got 2 of these, and then in Sophocles we've got Ajax, the Woman of Trachis, Electra, Philoctetes, and the Trackers. I don't think I have to read all of them. I've like marked on these ones anyway, which ones I do have to read. So I'll be doing the same with that one. I think it's a lot more in Euripides that I have to read. And then the next book that I got is Euripides the Trojan Woman. So this is a few plays in this one as well, because it's the Trojan Woman and other plays. So this has got Hecuba, the Trojan Woman, and Andromache, which is good. And then the other book that I already have, this is my mum's, I think from when she studied classics, is the Oresteia, which is like 3 plays, the only trilogy, I think, surviving trilogy we've got from ancient Greek literature, and we have to read that. So that's for one module. Then the second module is just Homer, obviously, so we have to read a lot of Homer. I already had 2 of the books though that we needed, which was just 3, and then we got 2 Homer, 2 Odysseys, and 1 Iliad to read, and then we had to make ourselves aware of 1 further. I've already read most of the Iliad from Robert Fagles' translation, and I need to do the same with the Odyssey, which is this Penguin edition, which is also his translation. And then the second book is obviously Emily Wilson's The Odyssey, which I read early this year. And then the third book that we have to read for this is the Iliad. This one's translated by Stanley Lombardo, and it's quite expensive, like this edition. Like, I don't know why. It's not anything special, like it's a really floppy kind of, I don't think that great cover. I don't know why we had to choose this one. but we did, so I'll be reading this one. So, those are the things I'm going to be reading for next term. All the Greek literature. I love it. So, yes, as I was saying, getting on to the juicy stuff, I have... Wow, I look very tired because there's mascara all over my face. I'm going to go over to some better lighting. I think Leo has the right idea. Don't you, baby? Oh, I need to do the advent calendar as well, actually. Yes, so Poppy War. I am currently on page 231. So I am not very far into it, not even halfway yet, but I plan to finish it within the next 3 days, which means we need an action plan. I have work at 6 today, 6 till close, so we could be getting back at midnight, but you know, we're not going to let that stop us. Tomorrow we've got 3 days. We need to do some uni work probably because I haven't done that in a while. But 527 pages minus 231 divided by 3. 99. So the minimum goal is to get 99 pages read per day. I think we can do that. I haven't been very focused with reading. Yeah, just not being very focused with the reading at the moment. I don't know what it is. I just getting really distracted and wanting to do different things other than reading. But we have a goal in mind today and we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna get reading. I'm not loving it so far. Like, I'm not really into it. Hopefully I would change it because I keep seeing people reading the 3rd book in the series and like dying because it's so good, and they're just like so upset that the series is ending. So I want to have those feels. I want to feel that too. So we're gonna read it and hopefully get that. Let's go. Hello, and apologies for the dodgy lighting, but it is currently 3:30, I think, and it's already getting pretty dark. And it's quite bright here, I think, because the TV is shining on me. But I am struggling. It's Saturday and I am not feeling this book at all. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm just not in the mood to read, if I'm just not feeling the book itself. I think it's very fast-paced, the book. Like, a lot has happened, years have spanned in like a couple of chapters. Like, it just like whizzes past it, and it just seems to be a lot of kind of just telling what's happened, and I kind of prefer a little bit more character development and character involvement in stories, and I don't know if that's coming and I'm just not got that to that bit yet, or what. I'm assuming it's such a popular book that I can't not believe that it's got better character kind of relationships in it. At the moment she's had like kind of the main character, Rin, has had 2 relationships with, like friendships with other characters, or yeah, she had like her kind of best friend at the college called Kate, but he's now disappeared. Like, he's not dead or anything, but he's now somewhere else, so he's not in the main storyline of the plot anymore. As well as her kind of mentor at the school, he's also now not here, and he was kind of a funny character, but also not really in it enough to be a big focus of the book. Like, he's not like a main character or anything like that. And I don't know, I'm just finding it a little bit dry. And I feel like it's just me because everyone loves this book and I thought I would love it. But then I haven't read the end, so like it could all change. I did put a little thing on my story and we'll see if anyone has any thoughts on that. I'm saying that basically, do I need to finish the last 200 pages to become like a lover of this book? But at the moment I'm just not feeling it, and instead of reading, I've just sat and watched TV all day. So I'm feeling very unproductive. So I think I am gonna stop and try and read something else. And the two books I'm torn between is the 5th season, which is another really hyped book, which makes me nervous that I'm not gonna like it, because obviously like a repeat of the Poppy War. I don't really want to do that again. Or this book that I picked up, which is a Russian classic called The Master and Margareta. Margatia? I don't actually know how to say that. But this is one of the Penguin editions. I think, did I haul it in this vlog? This vlog has been so long that I can't even remember. That's the other book that I'm thinking of starting, but then I'm also obviously in the middle of the series of The Way of Kings, so I don't know whether actually to continue that. Oh, I don't know. Basically, I'm in an absolute reading slump and life slump. So I don't know what to do. Wow, this is a great update. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to start. I need someone to tell me what to do, but then probably if that happened, I wouldn't even do that because I don't know what to do, what to do, what to do. I don't know. I'll come back and let you know what I'm going to do. I've got my bud here cleaning himself because he's a good boy. And yeah. Leo. Hello. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do. I feel like I just wasted this whole day, but sometimes you have those days or weeks. In my case. Okay. What to do? I don't know. I'll get back to you. Okay, so I feel like this isn't focusing very well, probably because the lighting is so terrible. But it's Sunday. This is the last entry of the vlog. Let me see if I can balance you. We're just gonna have to duck down here. It's the last entry of the vlog, and I've decided instead to get rid of all the books that I was reading or saying that I was gonna read that had piled up on my table. And I've decided instead to go back to what I said I wanted to read after the first book of this vlog, and I have started the Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson, and I think this was a good idea. Since yesterday I didn't read anything, I started both of those books. I said I was going to read literally half a page probably of each and put them down again just because I was just not in the mood to read anything. And I have managed to read about 120 pages of this. Bearing in mind I haven't read all day, but I've read a lot more than I have in a very long time. And I've just got to the end of part 1 and oh my god. It's now, oh, it was just like, if you know, end of part 1, I just want to get to the next chapter. But Brandon Sanderson does these like little interludes in between the parts, which have like really short chapters from 3 characters who I don't think we really meet again, or we haven't from the first book. I don't know how much relevance they're going to have in later books or later in the story, but they seem quite random, quite like to start with. So yeah, now I have like 3 chapters of those to get through before I can get back to the main plot. But oh, that ending of that chapter part is just like, so yeah, that's gonna be some drama, some tension. I'm really excited to see how that unfolds. I just love this series. I'm loving it more and more the more I'm reading it. First book I found it a little bit slow, but this book so far, I mean I know I'm only like 160 pages in, but it's really good. And I really like Shallan's part a lot more. It's a lot more drama is happening, a lot more development in the storyline. I really can't wait until she meets up now with the rest of the main people, so like Kaladin and Dalinar and all that kind of thing, because I think that's going to be instrumental to the plot, and I'm excited for that. So yes, I am going to round up this vlog here. I have no idea how long it is. I don't even know how many clips. I feel like this has been a really boring vlog, but there we go. So I'm going to round it off. I will be starting a new vlog tomorrow, so that will be up in 2 weeks time from when you're watching this, because I'm going to be uploading vlogs every 2 weeks now. I think just keeping to this 2-week schedule just works a little bit better for me than trying to upload one every single week. I also feel like you'd miss out, or I don't film as many sit-down videos, which I kind of like filming as well. So you'll get more of them, more content basically from me by doing this, hopefully. This is terrible lighting, but we're gonna go with it. So I'm gonna continue reading this, then make some dinner. I've got my sleeping baby next to me. He slept like pretty much all day because he's an absolute cutie pie. But yeah, that's the plan. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I hope it hasn't been too boring or depressing or like sad. Because I felt like yesterday I was just like not feeling reading at all, and I was really annoyed with myself because I really wanted to read. You know when you're in those moods where you really want, all you want to do is read, but you don't want to read anything? That's basically what I was in yesterday, and I just sat and watched TV instead, which I don't really like doing. Like, yes, I'm addicted to the TV program, but I just feel like it's a waste of time because it's not a priority of mine. Yeah, now I'm rambling, so I am actually going to end the vlog now. So, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you would like to. Please like if you like the video. And I will see you in the next one on Friday, if you're watching this when this comes out. See you then.